Flavorful food doesn't need to be loaded with unhealthy sauces, syrups, or extras.
Sanford dietitian Kelsey Herrick is here to show some healthier options to seasoning up your food. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. So we have a lot of different fun options to try to make your food taste really good, but then cut down on the salt, the butter, the extra sugar too. So just to make it a little bit more flavorful, because it seems like everybody could cut down on their sodium intake. And everybody, it seems like, could cut down a little bit on their dietary fat intake too. So really using herbs and spices are a nice way to be able to do that.
Nice.
I can smell the cucumber and mint from here.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with this, or where would you like to start?
Sure, we can start with this. So what we have, and you can keep cutting up some of the cucumbers. And so what we'll do, this is a nice way to infuse some water so that, you know, not everybody likes just plain old boring water. So giving it a little bit different taste can help you to drink more, make it more fun, maybe have less of the diet or the regular sodas too, you know, so you can cut down on that. So what we'll do is we'll just add, I can have you do that too, we'll just add the cucumber in there and add some mint.
Nice.
I'll eat one, please. Just to taste test the cucumber.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways that you can infuse water too. You know, a lot of people do it with fruit. You can do it with cucumbers like we're doing. You can do it with fruit and add different spices too, or herbs.
Mint.
I've seen.
It's not going down.
I know. I need to kind of like, but the mint smells so good.
Yeah, it's a very strong smell. And with herbs and spices, you know, you can do the powdered form, you can do dried form, you can grow your own too. We have some growing right there.
Just to smell.
Yeah. Oh,
I know, right?
Yeah, and they're having so many different health benefits of herbs coming out to it, you know, so it's really fun to kind of learn, you know, how that's impacting our health too. So you can just plop it in there.
And boom.
And boom, you're done, and it just will infuse. Yeah, so easy. And you have a nice kind of summery drink, so we can hope for summer.
Yes. She was saying she doesn't know if summer's ever going to arrive. I think it's going to come.
One day it will.
It smells so good.
Yeah. So now our next recipe that we're going to be doing is some pesto. So that's another nice way to add in some basil to give you that herb. So maybe I'll have you do it, Christy.
Yep.
So you can just add everything in here but the oil. So we have some basil, and we're doing it in a bullet. You can do it in a food processor too to blend it up. We just had a bullet laying around, so that's what we're using today. So we added some nuts, adding some Parmesan cheese. We cut down this recipe a little bit, and then you can add just a squeeze of garlic to.
Ooh.
This is one of my, whoop. That was kind of more like a big old splotch of garlic. That's okay.
Yep, and then you can do some salt and pepper to taste too.
Which end does it come out of?
I think it was,
Oh, is it coming out?
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
Yep. And then you can do a little bit of pepper too. And so this pesto is nice on a lot of different things. You can put it on, and then you can put a little bit of oil and then kind of add it as we're blending.
Okay.
Too. So you can put the pesto on like pasta, you can put it on chicken. I mean, you can do a lot of different things with it too.
Should I stir?
Yeah.
My bad. There's probably a better way to do it, and I probably did it somehow wrong.
No, that's just a little bit tricky. Right?
Just a little bit. We're pretending it's working.
TV magic.
Yeah.
Do you want some water in there, Larson? Maybe that'll help.
Dilute it down. It's like down there getting done, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep working on it.
And we cut down the batch too quite a bit.
I'm just gonna add the rest of this.
There
Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea too. A lot of people like go out and buy the pesto, but it's so much more efficient to make your own because then you actually know how much you're putting into it.
Right, and you can kind of tweak it to what your desires are too. Like maybe if you like more pepper in something, well, you do more pepper. Or maybe you like more garlic. Squeeze some more garlic in there too. You know,
like I did. I must love garlic. And I think that's an important thing to remind people, you know, when you are buying sauces, what are some things we need to keep our eyes out for on those bottles?
Yep, so always switch over the label, you know, and looking for the sodium content, the sugar content to see what the fat content looks like. Typically, it's going to be more sodium and sugar that you're going to be wanting to look for too. Keep in mind that if something is low fat, low sugar, low or reduced in something, you know, if they take something out, they're going to put something in, and so it's usually going to be fat, sugar, or salt too. You know,
that's what makes it addicting. But when you actually make it yourself, if you have the right blender,
it smells good though.
It does smell good.
Yeah.
Oh, there, it was starting to go a little bit more. It smells a little garlicky.
Which is nice.
I think
it's starting to go. It's just it's getting a little bit slow going there.
But you're getting there. And then we've got a minute left. Do you have something else on the end you want to show us too? Or?
So we're just comparing some dried herbs and spices. And then we also have an herb that you can grow too, you know, so now getting close to the springtime, and it's kind of fun to plant your own herbs. You just kind of take more pride in something that you actually made or grew to, you know, so you can always dry the herbs and spices too, just so that you can have it year round. They're pretty easy. You can stick them in your freezer, just dry them out, put them in ice cubes. There's lots of different ways too. But it just is a really nice way to be able to give your food a lot of nice, good taste without having to add all that salt.
Good stuff.
We might have pesto by dinner tonight.
Any website, contact info you want to give out?
Always feel free to go to the Sanford Health website. Feel free, if you want to touch more on this, to meet with your friendly Sanford Health dietitian.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see you when we come back. We're going to have pesto and eyelashes.